Today, I wanted to kind of talk about one of the Bible books of the Bible that not a lot of people really think about, right? How many of y'all like math? It's totally irrelevant to this, but this book is called Numbers, so maybe a little bit? Not really. But anyways, so in the book of Numbers, there's this guy, and the Israelites are traveling to the plains of Moab, okay? And so Balak, he saw that you don't really need to know who he is, but he saw that the Israelites, what they had done to the Amorites, again, more people you don't really necessarily need to know, and Moab was terrified. Okay, so the Moabites said to the elders of Midian, this horde is going to lick everything up around us as an ox licks up the grass of the field. So Balak, who was king of Moab, he sends a messenger to summon a guy named Balaam. Okay? So he says to him, people had come out of Egypt, they cover the face of the land, and have settled next to me. Now come and put a curse on these people, because they are too powerful for me. Perhaps then I will be able to defeat them and drive them out of the land. For I know that whoever you bless is blessed, and whoever you curse is cursed. So essentially he's like a prophet, right? So he goes, the elders, they go to go talk to that guy. And Balaam is like, hey, spend the night here. I'll report back to you the answer that the Lord gives me, right? Because he's a prophet, so he talks to God. So God comes to Balaam, and he says, who are these men? Right? Isn't that funny that God does that? He knows who they are, but he says, who are they? So Balaam says to God, this is Balak, son of Zippor. He's the king of the Moabs, and he had sent me a message. Said that people had come out of Egypt, and they covered the face of the land, and he wants me to put a curse on them. And God says to Balaam, don't go with them. You must not put a curse on those people because they are blessed. So the next morning, Balaam got up and said to Balak's officials, he's like, yeah, no, God, he talked to me. He's like, I can't go with you, so I'm not going to be able to. So Balak sent other officials to try and get him to go and join. And so he sends with him lots of money, lots of silver, and Balaam's like, I can't do this. Like, God told me no, so I can't. Well, that night, God comes to Balaam and says, since these men have come to summon you, go with them, but only do what I tell you. So he's like, all right, cool. So he gets up and he gets on his donkey and he starts to go with them. But God is a little bit upset, and so an angel of the Lord stands in the road in front of Balaam. But Balaam doesn't see it. So Balaam was riding on his donkey. He had 2 servants with him. And the donkey saw the angel of the Lord standing in the road with a drawn sword in his hand. The donkey, seeing the angel, even though Balaam couldn't, decides to turn off the road. He's like, that looks scary, I'm leaving. So he goes, and Balaam's like, come on, you dumb donkey, and he starts beating it. And so the angel of the Lord now stands in front of the path that the donkey has started to go. And again, the donkey's like, I'm not going to go that way, so he turns again. And so Balaam again beats the donkey. So he's now in a narrow walkway, so that the donkey can't turn either direction. The angel of the Lord is in front of him, and the donkey's like, forget this, so he just sits down. And again, Balaam starts to beat the donkey. He's like, what are you doing, man? So while Balaam is beating the donkey, the Lord opened the donkey's mouth, and it said to Balaam, what have I done to you to make you beat me these 3 times? The donkey is talking to him. And Balaam, apparently not skipping a beat, he's like, my donkey now talks to me. Okay. He says, you have made a fool of me. If only I had a sword in my hand, I would kill you right now. And again, the donkey said to him, am I not your own donkey, which you have always ridden to this day? Have I been in the habit of doing this to you? It's a smart donkey. And Balaam's like, no, I guess not. You usually do what I ask. Then the Lord opened Balaam's eyes, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the road, with his sword drawn. The angel of the Lord asked him, why have you beaten your donkey these 3 times? I have come here to oppose you because your path is a reckless one before me. The donkey saw me and turned away from me these 3 times. If it had not turned away, I would have certainly killed you by now, but I would have spared the donkey. Balaam said to the angel of the Lord, I have sinned. I did not realize you were standing in the road to oppose me. Now, if you are displeased, I will go back. The angel says essentially the same thing God had said. Go with them, but only do what I tell you. And so that's exactly what he does. He goes to the people and he says, I can only do what God has told me to. And he said, I cannot curse these people. So, that's the story for today.